Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is your host with the most of the MIKANKOs, Avery LR32 here. I don't even want y'all to smash the ever-living boo-boo stain off that subscribe button. I want you to smash the ever-living MIKANKO off that subscribe button so that, of course, we can keep on getting on up to that 1600 ladder. Hope y'all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for all the love and support. It really does mean the world to me. Speaking of things that mean the world to me, pissing Yu-Gi-Oh players off is a very fun pastime. Well, one player decided, I don't want to just do it as a pastime where we're going to play Lavas, Nibs, and Thunderstrike Kaijus. Let's take it to a regional. And he wanted to warm some players up with some burn damage with Lava Golem because his butt's all the way out in Alaska. So he was like, nah, we're going to take a 50-card MIKANKO pile and get 5th place at a regional in Alaska, of all places. I guess the Penguins couldn't make it to the event or something. I'm pretty sure there's Penguins in Alaska. If not, then I sound like a total moron. But besides the point, this was a small regional, according to this Yugituber, this legend, this goat, if I may. Even though one of my subscribers called me a goat for making day 2 at YCS Orlando, I still like that title. But I think I gotta share the crown with this other goat as well, who took 50-card going second MIKANKOs to a regional in Alaska, of all things. It was only 5 rounds. He said he went 3-1-1. 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. So either he misspoke and it was actually like a normal 8 to 9 round regional, or it actually was 5 rounds, which is a locals for me. Which, okay, look, 5th place at a regional, 5 rounds, 3-1-1. There's the argument to be made that if you take this to, like, say, a regional here in Kissimmee, Florida, with like 400 plus players and 9 rounds, you're not going to be topping. But look, I want to give this player the benefit of the doubt. It doesn't even take anything away from their 5th place finish. Like, by all means, congrats to this individual. I just know that there's going to probably be some players out there who are like, well, it was only 5 rounds. It was probably like 30 people at this regional. Take it with a grain of salt. And sure, you can make that argument. I mean, it's Alaska, for God's sakes. Like, who's playing Yu-Gi-Oh in Alaska who isn't freezing their ass off? Like, like, I'm just asking the question here, coming from your boy in Florida. But look, all that besides the point, it was still a regional. Someone got 5th place with fucking MIKANKO. And I'm just over here, like, crapping all over the floor, amazed that this man just beat the crap out of Rizal players. Oh my God. For his going first game plan, this man's out here playing Ken and Gen in 2025 with Metal Tronus, Detonator, fucking White Binder. Oh my God. I need therapy. I'm too mentally stimulated for this. I mean, this is insane. This is absolutely insane. Hats off to this player. I'm going to be linking his channel in the description because for the life of me, I can't pronounce it. But look, we've glazed him enough. Let's go ahead and get into this deck profile. I kind of read these cards and kind of like went over what they did. They seem pretty good. But it's a going second herkaderp deck, right? Like you're not really doing much with reinventing the wheel here, but let's just dive on into it. So we're playing 3 Nib. I'm not a fan of 3 Nib, but we'll get into that later. 3 Lightning Strike Kaiju, 3 Lava, 1 Maximus with 3 Fualos, and then 1 Jewel MIKANKO, 1 Sword MIKANKO with 2 Udahime, with 3 Nadir Servant, and then our going second cards, 3 Ultimate Slayer, because why not? 2 Lightning Storm and a Feather Duster, because it's good. Double Talents with 3 Thrusts, because we're going to be that guy. 2 Extrav. His reasoning for this is that because you don't want to activate Extrav and then draw double Extrav, that would be my luck. If that happens to you in a 50-card pile, like, I feel like that's just variance at that point. 3 Hidden Armory, 3 Preparation of Rites that you can get to the Udahime. Double Cosmic Cyclone. This is actually pretty good into, like, Malice, because you could Cosmic, like, their MTB or XYZ, ABC, 1, 2, 3 traps in their back row. You could even do this to Cross, too, which is kind of nice. You got the great MIKANKO Ceremony. You got 1 copy of the MIKANKO Purification Dance. We're going to be talking about this card in a second. 3 MIKANKO Water Aberrest, 1 fucking Snatch Steel. I can't with this man. One Maya Washawada Wadi, however you pronounce that, and then one MIKANKO Spirit Walk. So this card, Double-Edged Sword, Jesus Christ. This came out in Ignition Assault in 2020 and got reprinted in Amazing Defenders in 2023 as a rare. So you can only control one Double-Edged Sword. The equipped monster gains 2,000 attack. Also, both players take any battle damage from attacks involving the equipped monster. If you take 2,000 or more battle damage, send this card to the graveyard. So you know what you do. You give the opponent a Lava Golem. You activate this on the lava. You have Udahime attack into it. Udahime already has the effect to protect you from battle damage, so you're not going to take anything from the double-edged sword. But the lava now goes up to 5,000 attack because of the sword. So the Udahime is going to make the opponent take 5,000 because the damage gets reflected to them. Plus the double-edged sword is going to make the opponent take another 5,000. And you tell them that that's game, they get confused, and then, like, after the match, they crap all over the venue floor because they realize what just happened, that they lost to MIKANKO and a double-edged sword. Like, this is hilarious to me, man. This should go to show, and I keep saying it, and maybe I'm preaching to the damn choir at this point, but this format is so healthy. Like, look, it was a 5-round regional. I get that. For a lot of people, myself included, that's a locals. But look, it performed. It did what it needed to do. Like, sure, if you take it to a 9-round regional, maybe it's not going to be as consistent, right? But the fact that you can take a deck like this that has a very good Rizal matchup, and I think he even said, like, it had a good Mitsurugi matchup and all that. Like, of course, it's another Rizal variant, but it's good into Feed Smith, good into Rizal, all that jazz. So who's to say that you couldn't take this to an 8 or 9-round regional and still see success? Like, after 5 rounds, you went 3-1-1, so another 5 rounds. So if you're playing in a 9-round regional, that's only 4 more rounds. Maybe you get 6 wins. That will most likely get you your invite. So anyway, all that to say, I am very, very impressed with this player. So let's dive on into the extra deck here. We're playing one Apokalon, one Garua, one Winda, one Ince, one Ultimate Dragon, because why not? One Cloud Beast Malong, one Arclight, one Sky Crisis, one Aggregator, one Detonator, because you're playing Metal Tronus, one Bapilus, one White Binder, one Ferret Blossom, one Secure Gardener, and one Almirage. So you're playing the Almirage, Secure Gardener, Winda, and Apokalon because you're side decking Schism. It's part of your going first game plan. Basically, he said that, like, you're going to make a Winda going first, which Winda's still pretty strong. Outside of Imperm and Droplets, which honestly Droplets isn't even seeing a lot of play right now, there's really not a whole lot of ways to out Winda. So, and I mean, if they're going to blow an Imperm on a Winda, like, okay, that's cool. For the side deck, we're playing 3 Lancia, 2 Ken, 3 Gen, 1 Rhoda with 3 Metal Tronus, 1 Sanctum, 1 D-Barrier, and then the 1 Schism. So, my thoughts now that I've, like, gone through this deck and kind of looked over it, I don't like the fact that if you look at all the going first cards here, you got 3, 4, 5, 6. You're probably bringing in Metal Tronus going first. That's 7, 8, 9. And then the D-Barrier in Schism is 11 cards. So you're basically bringing in everything except the artifact package. The problem is that going first, you could, in theory, like, take out the 3 Nib. You definitely take out these 3 Board Breakers. That's 6. You take out the 3 Ultimate Slayer. That's 9. You'd want to take out the 3 Fualos if you're going first. That's 12. Plus, like, do you really want to be main decking Lightning Strike Kaiju and Lavas going first? I mean, those can be bricks. So I feel like it's really difficult, even with 11 cards on the side, to go first when you've got so many cards that you want to take out when going first. I mean, you could make the argument you could keep Nib in going first, but, like, why would you want to Nib your own board? I guess you could make the argument that the boards that this deck can make going first aren't all that strong, so you don't really mind losing them to Nib. But even then, like, what are you doing with the Kaiju and the Lavas? Like, if it were me, I'd be doing, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and, like, a Lava and a Kaiju for 11. That's really rough. Going on to the point where I was talking about the not liking 3 Nib. I don't like 3 Nib. The way that my buddy, shout out to our homie Valley D, as always, the way that he explained it to me was that by playing double Nib, you lessen the risk of drawing Nib plus Nib. However, the more I look at this, you're kind of mitigating that by also playing 50 cards. So, like, the odds of you opening double Nib is less. I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted on this. I've been running just 2 Nib for a while and not even side decking the third. But 3 Nib, maybe the argument is more for like a 40 card deck, whereas compared to 50 cards, you really want to see this. And if you open up 2, then you're kind of not upset because you could always pitch the second copy maybe. But I guess that's neither here nor there. You're playing a fucking rogue deck, but this is absolutely hilarious to me, and the fact that this got 5th at a regional is just great. The fact that like you can just like Metal Tronus into Ultimate Spirit is hilarious. And keep in mind with Metal Tronus, like you don't have to banish the monster. It's like if the opponent has their own Ultimate Spirit Dragon up, you can just go Metal Tronus to summon your own just to get a free body and negate their Spirit Dragon. Like it doesn't matter, right? Like this I wouldn't say it dodges the summoning conditions, but at the very least, it gives you a free body as long as like it's not something like this card can only be special summoned by X thing. Like same with Detonator. You could activate the Metal Tron to summon out your own Detonator and negate the opponent's Detonator. You don't have to necessarily banish them. I don't know why you wouldn't banish the Detonator, especially if they have an Eclipse Twins under it. But that is an option. That actually goes for all of these because none of these have like a summoning requirement outside of well, not even Sky Crisis actually. So Metal Tronus is just a god card this format. So the only thing I think I would want to see in this extra deck is like maybe Chaos Angel. Although you don't even care about Chaos Angel because you can just Ultimate Slayer it. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Oh, you don't care about Chaos Angel. Never mind. Because you can Ultimate Slayer it, dump the Arc Light, get rid of the Chaos Angel, or just Kaiju over the Chaos Angel. Oh, okay, yeah, no, you don't care about Chaos Angel. Plus, too, like, if it can't be killed in battle, you're just going to equip the Double-Edged Sword to it and make it 5,500 attack. You know, Chaos Angel does nothing. You're fine. I'm so concerned about Chaos Angel. Like, the card needs to be banned because Chaos Angel staring contests are just ridiculous. But yeah, oh, and plus you've got Snatch Steal. See, this is what I mean by this kind of rogue deck. Like, the typical things you have to worry about outside of, like, what he said, Ash, Droll, and Shifter, which can really hurt this deck, you don't have to worry about, like, other typical things playing a meta deck. I'm so used to playing Fiendsmith Rizal. Like, I have to worry about things like Chaos Angel, got to make sure I have an out to it, whether it's Ultimate Slayer, Metal Tronus, what have you. This deck doesn't care about that. This deck doesn't care about Fwalos, really, because you're not using the extra deck and you're probably just summoning from the hand because you'll just go Ceremony to summon the Udahime from hand. Plus, you've got Thrust and Talents. This is insane. So, congrats to the player who got 5th place with this. I'm definitely going to try this out. Let's do some quick hand shuffles here real quick. 3, 4, 5, plus 6 because you're going second deck. Nib, this is fine. I mean, obviously, if they make the Wave Hiking by summon number 5, you're forced to Nib. Even if they make the Mitsurugi that's an Omni Negate, you just choose to activate Nib, and then they'll negate, and then you pitch the Nib anyway, and then it still clears the board. They just don't get the Nib token. 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're drawing for turn to Maximus. That kind of blows, because that's like the one brick you don't want to draw. You got Ultimate Slayer to clean up a card. They activate a monster effect. You got Thrust. They're going to have a body on the board if they got the Nib token. So then you can search a card like, say, Feather Duster or Lightning Storm, clear up the board. Preparation of Rites to get you to Udahime, and that's basically an OTK. Plus, you've got this thing, which is also an OTK card. This deck is disgusting. I'm going to start trolling with this. This looks like a lot of fun. Be sure to try it out for yourself. What changes would y'all make to it? It's nice to see a rogue deck like MIKANKO see success. Even if it was just a 5-round regional, I think that the notes should still be taken, and this should still be acknowledged, because this is sweet, and people are definitely not going to be expecting this. You want to pants, people? Just play this deck. You know, just play this, troll them, and if you in Alaska, burn them to warm them up. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.